Hey guys, it's your boy The Invisible Eye here, and today we're going to be back here with another gameplay of Final Fantasy 16. Last time when we left off, we defeated Kupta, which was the Titan Dominant, and now it looks like we're going to go back to our base and talk to Otto and let him know what happened. And I don't really know what's going to happen after that, but I'm excited, so let's just dive on in.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Oh, damn, I goddamn missed him. Okay, so
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a Stolas from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
Yep.
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
If you think you can handle it, then
Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up?
nah.
If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
So they're not gonna update my shop so I can get a better sword or what? I guess they're not. Hold on, let me check. Only damn, the shops. Wait, the shops really not updating this time. That's a first.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on
I
him.
wouldn't say hardly, but okay.
I may have picked up one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the Orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details.
Oh, okay.
One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
At this point, I'm used to the map, so I don't think no more. I used to say this is like taking a lecture, but I just gave up.
It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. it is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
So I'm
But
gonna go
there is no
slay the
need to
king.
wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case.
What you
The
want me
people
to
of the
do?
Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Finally.
The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
There we go. Let me go to my favorite blacksmith first.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning
Yep.
under a new Sid.
Yep.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Oh.
Should last you a good while.
I can enhance it again.
Not my best work, but it'll do. And?
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what
Mm-hmm.
Mary then.
The Titan is dead.
Escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though. Is it business or pleasure?
You see, now if I say pleasure, what is she gonna give me? Like, what is she really gonna give me if I say pleasure? I don't even need elixirs.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Yep.
Can it really be true?
You can finally. Aww. Kids, get out of here. Man, get out of here.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
He said school is out for today.
Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After
Oh yeah, that.
Ultima
I do have more to tell you.
to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned?
I don't know what Ultima is.
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has.
Jill saw him.
To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake.
Nah, Jill saw him before.
Terrible force of nature
Before
beyond
the
ken
previous
of
Sid
mortal man.
died, he saw him.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
I'm gonna have to fight Ultima soon, anytime.
It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Mm-hmm.
Hugo Kupka is dead.
Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I know. I saw you say hi. It's okay.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone.
Who else have I not told?
Back at the old hideaway, who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
I need to go visit his grave.
You're right.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go visit the grave.
And I will.
Let's go visit the old Sin.
Be sure to take Mid with you.
Okay.
She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers. Trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well.
Wait,
I'll suggest it.
Mid is Sid's daughter? Oh, I thought she was your daughter. Oh, I'm sorry, Otto. I'm dumb. I thought Mid was Otto's daughter. I didn't know Mid was Sid's daughter. Alright, how did I get there? Okay, there you go. Alright.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I should be able to go through there. That's kind of dumb, but it's okay. Is there any other way or that? Oh my god. Fine, this way.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive. What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Isn't he your father?
Thermal
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water. Ours...
Wait, who is your dad? Otto or Sid?
And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Okay, so he is your dad.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top,
Oh my gosh. I'm an alien boy now. Great.
That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then?
Basically.
Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Actually, isn't there a faster way? Oh, no, I mean, one button, but yeah, it does.
Mid hasn't been.
Yeah, now I know Mid is Sid's daughter. I thought Mid was Otto's daughter, but.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. And spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Otto, you're with me. Let's go.
Otto, you're with me.
All right then. Where do we find this Stardust? And how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers and the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
It is.
Otto, sorry I'm late.
Ah, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
Let's go. Can you collect it, Clive? Come on.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Damn it. That's not Stardust? Okay. Clive, come on. Clive. Need one more. There we go.
should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
You want to walk and talk?
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
I try my best.
About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Yep. Alright, Togo, let's go. Let's go. And hopefully, we don't have to do any more errands to build this ship, and we can just go.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
Yep, I said the same thing.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's good.
Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
Maybe.
I'll make a start on putting this firm.
He didn't even find anything, which I'm surprised. I thought I was gonna fight a little bit beast.
If you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Alright, I didn't want to like interrupt the speech because it was gonna be hard to understand me, but like I was saying before, I'm surprised for this quest. We didn't fight no beasts, nothing. I was really thinking we were gonna fight some beasts, but nothing happened, so I'm actually surprised.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Alright. Let's go back to Mid. Oh yeah, and let's go visit Sid's grave. Alright, am I going the right way? I always do this. I always do this. I always do this. It's okay.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
It hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One down, two to go.
Nope, you have no more excuse.
What's next?
I guess she still does.
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins. I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Alright, let's go see the... Wait, her name is... What's her name? Oh, Helena, I mean. Or Helena.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes.
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm half understanding you.
The plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern.
I think I got it.
You can stop that.
Yep.
I understand.
I got it. I got it.
Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing.
Alright, let's go.
The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I'm fine with that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Alright.
But when can I go on a special errand for Master?
Am I going the right way? Yes and no. I'm gonna go wait this way, that way. Okay, this way. Wait, hold on. Okay, this way. And then I'll go down here. Okay. I'm trying to like look. Okay. Going the right way? Yeah, okay, this is the right way. Nope. Okay, so where do I go from here? Alright. I still can't summon my chocobo? Alright, okay. Once I pass through that gate, it'll let me, okay. Hello, my trusty steed. Yep, don't mind me. I'm just gonna hop over you, hop over you.
All right. Thanks, Gal.
Ain't no way y'all still coming. Okay, you know what? You know what? Like, y'all didn't even have to come, and y'all would not be dead, but then y'all decided to come, so I don't even know what to... Like, damn. How'd you get here so quick?
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind?
Man, step aside.
Of course. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Step aside, step aside. Now, should I have fun, or should I just kill them in, like, a second?
Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Man, come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you piece of shit. Nope. 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 Come on. Like, come on. Like, Willie, come on.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Mm-hmm.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Let's go back, Togo. Now she should have no excuse to go visit her father's grave. She can finally go visit him. I think she just really just scared, or she just wants. I don't think she's like actually like grieved her father yet.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back.
So I think that's why she doesn't want to go to the grave. Oh, what's this?
You earned this.
Let me see. There are any abilities that I can upgrade right now? Yes, there is. Well, what should we get? Should we get this one? I'm not being used. Alright, let's actually get this instead. There we go. And then we're gonna put this attribute. Actually, no. And put this right here. There we go. Like, let me. I'm always curious. I never saw. Hold on.
Allow me to educate you.
Okay. Alright.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
But Sid, why would you name your daughter Mid? Like, I just don't understand.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right.
Oh my gosh, Mid.
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside.
This ship better look grand for all this work I'm doing.
Stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously.
Oh.
I've got all the details written down here.
I see.
Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
And let me guess, she's gonna need materials too? Okay, fine. He's at the other side of. Well, to be fair, I should learn actually these people's name by now. For how long I've been playing this game, I should know most of the names. I'm just bad with names, so every time they mention a name, I'm like, who? And now that I'm thinking about it, I think we're almost close to the end of this game, though. I think we're like, I'm pretty sure I can say we're like 75% through this game. Like, I think 75%, I think we're roughly around 75% complete through this game already.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next?
Now, what material do you need?
What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike.
Okay.
Yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moondew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Oh, so we're not getting materials? Oh no, it looks like we are.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
Okay, Jill, come on.
Can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands.
Because the decision's not obvious, right? The decision is not obvious, right? Please. Oh, come on. You acting like the decision ain't obvious.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
You know what? Now that I'm thinking, Jill, you've been with me too many times. Tarja, you should come with me. I'm joking, Jill. Come on.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moondews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You too, Talia.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of material collecting for this. Like, damn.
Now, where's Jill?
There's talk. Got the glass. Keep them pilgers nice and chilled. I won't have
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bush. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before the...
What can I interest you in today?
The dudes don't even sell Pepio nuts. Oh, well, let me just buy the garlic.
I hope it's to your liking. All anyone ever wants anymore.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And
I'm surprised I don't have this material already,
Let's see
but
how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
yes, I did.
I did.
Easiest errand ever.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
What's your problem, Jill?
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once.
Mm-hmm.
Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of.
What?
Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No. You're allowed to have happiness once in a while.
This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
Like, who said you have to suffer all the time?
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Anytime, girl. So I'm curious, if I were to go with Tarja, right? Or Taya, what was gonna happen then?
I was enjoying playing the man of action for once.
Like, I'm kind of curious of how the dialogue would go between them.
Be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
I went up to give some grease to the chocobo.
Mid hasn't been. Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
So you really don't need any more excuses.
Harpocrates knew of
You have no excuses right now.
to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these.
No, we're gonna go visit your dad's grave. Girl, you gotta like grieve your dad though.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find. This is going to require some precision walloping.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
You said 3 more.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and...
Oh, hell no, 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 no.
You don't mean...
You want me...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
They better.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
You said I am taking a break.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
Let's go.
And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ned told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did.
Why?
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Oh my gosh. We're leaving now. We're leaving now.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat. Going that way.
Oh my gosh.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you?
I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My dear boy, my journey to Canva has been an astounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbow with us, but his considerable knowledge of the going on in the Free Cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I for one believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Convarian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of the dark years, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guild masters are rapping at the door. Which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gab for a moon or two, that he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of our impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks.
She doesn't want to grieve.
We built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Mid just doesn't want to grieve her father's death, man, at this point.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone.
Mm-hmm.
His shadow looms over us no longer.
I got his ass.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once.
Hmm.
If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Ghosts.
Goods.
Oh, Goots.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better idea.
She has a point.
You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot.
Damn, someone's excited.
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklab markets.
Dude.
It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way.
Dude, calm down. Damn.
For the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen.
Can this guy shut up?
Glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Buckland.
Like you keep laughing like that, I may leave your ass, man.
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav.
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
And that is all that we're going to be recording for today, y'all. So this video, we didn't really do much. It's basically just fetching materials for our ships. And yeah, I was just basically an errand boy for this episode. But I'm pretty sure next episode we'll be able to tackle more exciting things. But if you like this, also we did visit Citgrave, so I can say we did a little bit. We did something a little bit interesting. But if you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, please make sure to follow me down the social media down in the description below. And I will be back here with another gameplay of this. So please make sure to look out for that. But other than that, I'm the Invisible Eye. And peace out, y'all.